You'll struggle to find a more difficult coastal climb in the UK than Stoupe Brow in the North York Moors National Park. 1.7 miles long, a max gradient over 30% and long stretches over 20%. Your legs are in for a right battle along the coast.
Right, so we are at the bottom of Stoupe Brow. This, I've just descended it, looks incredible. Like, let's just get past these bushes and look over my left shoulder. Put your nice eye. Look at that. This is stunning. Look at that over to the... Oh, it's beautiful. Right, the stats of this climb. 1.7 miles long, averages 8%, and has a max gradient of 30%. And I've seen that hairpin at the top. That's brutal. Like I said, I just had to descend it. Seriously, that view.
This may be because I live in Birmingham, the furthest place away from the sea in the UK, but whenever I'm by the coast on my bike, I get really excited when I can see and smell the coast.
Little downhill bit here. This first bit's not too bad. It's later on, so the moment is enjoy the scenery and then go to war later. You can see it in the distance now between those trees.
The first half a mile averages 6% compared to the next third of a mile, which averages 15% and has the steepest part of the climb, so don't go too hard early on.
And these panniers are not getting any lighter. Actually, tell a lie, yes they are. They are getting lighter because I keep eating the snacks inside them. Slowly but surely, knowing the gels and so on. So they are actually getting lighter.
This is day 2 of 3 of a bikepacking trip. The vlogs of each day are in the description. But the reason I'm feeling energised enough to take on this challenging climb is because this trip is fuelled by Science in Sport, which has been provided by British Cycling. British Cycling members get 15% off SIS products, and if you sign up to SIS Plus Rewards for free, you get an extra 10% off, so you get 25% off. Links and more info can be found in the description.
Right, this is going to soon be the end of the easy bit before we start going vertical.
The gradient starts reaching the mid-teens once you are next to the last green field on your right before entering the small tree tunnel, but make sure you leave a kick as you pass over the bridge over the cinder track. That is where the steepest part of this climb is, so make sure you're not caught out. For the next 3.5 minutes I average 330 watts to travel at 3.5 miles per hour or 5.5 kilometers per hour. This is hard work before a flat section by the car park.
This is where you kind of start going really steep. Look at that ahead.
Also, the view out to your right towards Robin Hood Bay is awesome.
Let's get over the bridge.
This is the steepest part of the climb. Luckily, it's only short.
Right. Woo! That was tough. Right, we're half a mile down. Don't know what's left to come, because underneath that bridge, that's where I came out and descended to the bottom. So this is all new to the eye.
I'm over the worst of this section now, but it stays in double digits for another minute.
Ah. Just slowly tap away at this. Good God. Doesn't help I'm going into a headwind as well. Luckily it's not too strong, nevertheless, not what I need. I'll be honest, I'm not sure which way I need to go, so I need to stop and look to make sure I get this right. Ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say no to a rest as well. I need to go left.
My confusion came from the fact that both left and right went uphill, and on the map it shows me going in both directions within the next 2 miles. I go the other way once I descend back down and head towards Robin Hood Bay later in the ride.
Not too bad at the moment, but it looks like this bit's not too bad, and then so about a third of a mile's time I start ramping up again. Doesn't look like it's going to be as steep as it was earlier looking at the graph, but we'll see.
The next quarter of a mile averages 4.5%, so you can get a bit of a rest in, but afterwards the following half a mile averages just over 10%, so we're back to the hard work.
I can see in the distance it's about to kick up again. Doesn't look as steep as earlier, but it still looks like it's over 20%. Half mile left.
It's not easy here, but you should be able to look out to your left and enjoy the beautiful coastal view whilst on the bike. That always scores high with me for scenery, being able to enjoy the views whilst pedalling along on the bike. It could help Stoupe Brow score high on the climbed and rated league table at the end of this video.
Looks like the tarmac's about to improve as well. That's welcome, especially as it's about to get a bit steeper. Going 15 minutes now. Keep tapping away. Just keep tapping away. Just keep tapping away.
Whenever I'm saying just keep tapping away, that means I'm struggling and getting tired, but that message reminds me to just keep going with it slowly to make it manageable, and you will eventually get there. It's not a race, and that message often settles me down so I don't stress out at going at snail speed.
I think we're nearly here. Oh, that radio mask at the top, I've actually seen that in the distance. Didn't realise it was the summit of this one. Nice gentle finish to this climb. I'm sure we're gonna have a stunning view. Done that in 20 minutes and 38 seconds.
Now we've climbed Stoupe Brow, it's time to rate it and see where it places on the climbed and rated league table. Difficulty. Gradients up to 30% and spells throughout the climb at 15% plus. This is a serious challenge, but you are never too far away from a micro rest to catch your breath back. 4 out of 5. Scenery. A stunning coastal view you can enjoy whilst tapping away at the pedals. Easy decision here. 5 out of 5. Ride environment, a quiet road on mostly very good tarmac with a good line of sight, but the narrowest part of this road is the steepest part of the climb, and you'll be praying that the cars are patient and let you continue. 4 out of 5. Satisfaction, maybe not the main headline catcher in the North York Moors, but Stoupe Brow is a challenging and enjoyable experience. 4 out of 5. That gives Stoupe Brow a high score of 17 out of 20 and goes joint 5th with the likes of Hard Knot Pass and Right Nose Pass. The Cowlid remains top of the table with 18.5 out of 20. Do you agree with my scores for Stoupe Brow? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed today's episode of Climbed and Rated, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing so you don't miss out on the next episode of Climbed and Rated. That support really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring you more of these awesome climbs from around the UK. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, up another climb on 2 wheels.